checking, getting asymmetric on the, that's fine. You can actually push the risers, look, push. The wing flies with a fairly considerable trim speed, negative angle of attack, there's no problem with that. Push. See? Quite happy. Drop it back into stall now. So we dab the brakes just to bring it down. Okay, so we can't clearly see the path there. However, that side's okay, but you can't see the seats. There are a couple coming down there. Check. You wouldn't be able to see if there's somebody overshooting on a big site coming in for a top landing. You just want to float the wing, keep checking the airspace as you go up. That also lets the pilot that's overshooting see the wing, rather than it just suddenly popping up in their face. Okay, so if this was bigger sites, probably take safety risers, walk up, walk back to the wall if necessary, check, but now at least I can see along there cleanly. Okay, nice bit of breeze coming in at the moment. Harness to form the wall, no brakes, bounce, glancing around to check, and tiptoe. So mainly when we check there, that's the other advantage of not suddenly turning around to flight direction. Okay, so birds are up, slow, 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 make sure it's the centre, not the tips. So you want the tips down, bouncing the centre, as you go under the wing. Now we can turn, get the roll slightly to the right, to the left. So I want the wing to take me along that way a wee bit. We're still getting the wind, not quite from the spire, but well from the old folks' home. So you're always going to get turbulence, there's all the heat trapped. The roads are relatively narrow, not much wind coming through, but the sun is still hitting the roofs and the buildings. This time of year we've got cold air, we've got a dog coming along, and a couple. So currently very crosswind there. Let the wing settle. Keep the wing down, let the dog look-see. A strange big purple bird. Sort of good. Yep. Let her come up and have a sniff. It is indeed. Yes, although I've got to say the direction is very wrong for a good flying, because we're getting the dirty air from the heat off the roofs. At the moment the wind is coming almost from the steeple, so it makes it for turbulent. I've got a nice soaring flight. I'll be putting them up on YouTube later on, but you can see the angle of birds coming along at. This way is very slow ground speed, same flying configuration, and that way would be a lot faster. So yes, there's a scoop, but the overall wind is the wrong way. I mean, normally what I do, which is largely what I did today, when it could be a bit strong up here, and we're okay on the crops at the moment, although there are crops planted there, they're so short. No, it's not that you don't want to damage them, you don't want to annoy farmers. But because they're so short, what I actually did was we had 4 walkers coming along that way, one chap there with 3 dogs, so I actually hopped up onto the wall and then hopped into the rough there because the danger zone is downwind. So if anything goes wrong, the wing is just dropping down, not doing any damage, but nobody's inconvenienced. That's why we have permission to fly here. But what you normally do when it's quite strong is rather than start off here, you start off at the corner, because if it was too strong, as well as kind of getting blown back a bit, you can cut sideways, out to the worst of the left, round and down. Whereas if here, when you get it wrong, and there's crops in the field on the height, you're into the crops, not good. But normally what you do is you take off in the corner, fast downwind beat, and you can often get straight into the left, and then soar the scoop. If it's more the main wind direction for here, you can take off from here or from several places on the cliff top, or late in the year when it's stubble, you can take off from the field and then over the path and soar the whole length. And I've been flying here for best part 20 years now. Once had an absolutely perfect day. Now the park is almost in a bay, 90 degrees. So the wind, if it's right for one end, isn't going to be right for the other end. But a perfect day. I think the launch was from here, but I can't honestly remember. I was able to fly the whole length along to the DLC, which isn't that uncommon. But then I was also had enough height to jump the whole length of the park all the way to the harbour and then back. Now I've done from that end, I've done to the harbour and back a few times, and when they just built the relatively new houses 10 years ago, can't remember how long ago, yeah, but before they were occupied, you could fly there and then soar along in front of the scaffolding and stuff all the way there and back. And when it was the derelict house at the top, in the middle of winter, when there's a good steady breeze, because you've got 8-10 foot wall, but when there's a good solid breeze, you used to land behind the wall, warm up for 10 minutes, but with the wings still flying, and then walk vertically up the wall and fly out. Yeah. Yes, oh yes, care amounts are great.
How was that probably?
Yeah.
And you were jumping off the walls?
Apart from the jumping, if you jump, it'll collapse. I know what you mean. Yeah, you've got to keep, it's like movement, you've got to keep it smooth. But it does take them time to get used to it. There's no doubt about that. Thank you. And you. Checking. Pop out. There we go. And only once it's down do you ease on the brakes. Check the airspace, you should be looking overhead as well. Slow, slow, slow. And bounce. Okay, slow turn. Okay, so that was about 2 foot of right wing and then 2 foot of left wing going. It's very soft at the moment. Tension to speak of when the brakes, even when the brakes are down there, it's not actually applying brakes. So there is brake, there's zero brake. What you're doing is taking out the bow and the line. Most of the correction as I did there was with the harness, the wings now nodded forwards. That felt like about 1.5 feet, 2 foot of left brake, left tip gone. With the span of the wing, the airflow is different. Just because of the shape of the slope locally, but it can be with stuff out front. So I'm going slightly cross downwind. There is a risk that the wing will end up dropping. It won't damage the crops when they're only an inch or so high. Start to come in a bit there, might be able to do a quick tiptoe along doing crosswind and add in more ground speed, increase the airspeed. There we go, that's good. Keep her on the side slope, keep her centre. See if we can get up onto the railing. The metal beams. Okay, so we've got a couple with a dog coming along that way. So we can cut past them. This dog doesn't seem bothered at all. Hello! Two dogs. It's the big purple bird. Add on ground speed by cutting crosswind. I can significantly increase the airspeed. That might give me enough to hop up. Probably just wait. Almost cutting through the dirty air that you always get when you go far along here. It's probably easier just to cut forwards. Now you've got a couple of problems here. The path drops down slightly. Then you've got to go up. So you've got to get that balancing point. You're right at the point where you're going to get dirty air. So cut up here and try and fly across. There we go. Again, you've got the issue. You're going upslope here. The roll will level. Airflow will change significantly in direction around this headland point. Slipway, and make sure you're not going off when the wing is going soft. So you want to wait until it just firms up enough. Guarantee flight. The bailout option, very, very soft just now. Very soft, very soft, very soft. Okay, so not ideal. Let's go. Launching. Smile for the camera. And mushing down. And parked. See how little lift the bird is getting. Normally just bounce the wing and use the wing to ski-toe or to fly up from here. But the lift's that soft and the direction's so cross. Much point using the wing. Actually, more efficient just to walk it. Seeing more wind. Very cross feeling. Checking your location, the airspace. And by the time you're at full extension, you would have done your tactile visual checks, audio checks. Okay, slow peel. Check. harness. Tips are a bit high, so we'll bring them down. Centre ready. Wait till the air gets back in. Slow. Checks. Flying wheel. Current direction is very good in comparison. The question would be, is this a change or a change in gust? Start to go back round towards the town, suggesting, yep, short-term changes. We mind low tide, the sun, and the concrete, and the rocks, particularly where they're dry, and on the road. Deliberately adding in brake there. Bring the wing back more into the stall, because I didn't want to go vertically up at this point. Deliberately adding in so-called mirror and sink type position. The brakes added on to stop the wing going up. Checking the airspace. The F214 is indicating, certainly as the day goes on, it should go more favourable and that we should have a southwest. It's quite tricky, the wall falling over, but let's see if I can get, there we go. Get it. Ready? Launching! If you go vertical, you get your taxi in the picture as well.